question from Chris McCoskey of the Detroit News.
Well, Michael, take us through it, I guess, huh? And then maybe not the results that you had probably dreamed of, but what was your takeaway from it?
Yeah, not the Cinderella comeback story I was hoping for, but just a little rusty. Obviously, not gonna make any excuses. I feel ready. I told everybody I was ready, and I need to do a better job next time. But it's hard to be angry at that because it did feel good to be out there for the first time in God knows how long. But just finding some stuff I needed to work on and hopefully try again in 5 days.
The slider was really effective early. Did they start laying off that more, or did you lose it a little bit, lose the feel for it a little bit later on, and they just made you go to something else?
Yeah, I mean, I thought the slider was good. The pitch was definitely there, just lacking kind of consistency and command. I thought the first inning went great. I even thought the second inning went great. Just that one kind of hung up to Franco there, and then kind of third inning, I think, just fell apart. Just overthrowing, too amped up. And I need to do a better job of that is kind of calming myself back down and not try to get too antsy, being quick to the plate. And like I said, just command was off with the fastball, especially that third inning. But, couldn't throw anything arm side at all. I don't know, just kind of yanking everything, just a little too quick to home plate. But, I apologize to Funkhauser for putting him in that situation for his debut. Same to Burrows and Castro. Congrats to all those guys for making their debut today. Wish it was on better terms, but congrats to those three guys.
Anthony Castro, you have a question for Anthony, please put it in the chat, and we'll get to those in the order they're received. Start with a question from Jeff Seidel of the Detroit Free Press.
I'm just curious, what was it like out there for you? The whole experience like?
Okay, well, it was amazing. Everything I dreamed. Everything I dreamed since I was 7, 8 years old. I'm extremely glad I get the chance. I appreciate that the Tigers thought about me earlier. Again, thanks God that I'm here.
Very cool. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
You're welcome.
Our next question comes from Evan Woodbury from MLive.
Hey, Anthony. When did you find out that you were going to be promoted to the active roster and you were going to get a chance to play? What was your reaction? Did you call family or tell friends, or what did you do?
Okay, that's funny. That's a funny story. So I was supposed to throw an inning today in Toledo, and I was on my way down there, and I was thinking yeah, you know what? And I'm like that was a dream that I live in Cincinnati. I didn't even debut. I just get the chance to, be together next to the big leaguers, and then Prince, the manager. I think that's the AAA manager, right, Carlos? Is Prince the AAA manager?
He was. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He called me to the office and he goes "Hey, you're late." I go "But Prince, you got I got a message that I was supposed to be here at 3:30 and it's 2:30." He goes "Well, you're late. Are you tired? There was traffic." And I was No. They told me to be here at 3:30 and it's 2:30. And then they go "Hey, congratulations, something happened. You're going to Detroit." And then I was I was shocked for 5 minutes. I didn't talk. I was I was waiting for them to tell me it was a joke, but it wasn't. And then I just pick up my bag and drove here, trying not to get a speeding ticket.
Thank you.
Thanks, Evan. Our next question comes from Jason Beck from MLB.com.
Yeah, Anthony, congratulations. What was the adrenaline like warming up in the bullpen, knowing you were coming in the ninth?
Yeah, it was high. The adrenaline was high because I was talking to Soto. I was "Soto, today is the day. Soto, today is the day. Let's pray that today is the day that I debuted." And Soto was positive. Soto is my bro. We've been together all the way this journey since 2015. That was his first year in United States, and since the first time he got here, he's been my bro. We've been in Michigan, we've been in High A, we've been in Double A. We both are here right now. Thanks God.
And I know one of the tough things for guys making their debuts this year is no fans in the crowd. You can't have family around. Not that you could have because it was so short notice, but was your family able to watch on TV or anything?
Yeah.
Were you able to call them and let them know?
Yes. A friend of mine earlier today, even before he knew I was going to pitch, he told me like, "Hey Anthony, for your family, that you're gonna need this account soon." I go like, "Are you sure?" And he goes like, "Yeah, there is the MLB app account, there is the user, and here is the password." I go like, "Okay, thank you." And right after I got the call, I copy and paste that to my family. I go like, "Today we make history."
It's incredible. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
We'll get started with a question from Chris McCoskey of the Detroit News.
Gardy, just what were your impressions of Michael Fulmer? And I mean, were the results sort of secondary just to him getting this out of the way for tonight?
Yeah, he threw ball a couple of good innings. Ball was coming out really good, and whether he got a little worn out or whatever, this is what you're probably going to see. He's going to have some of those innings until we can get everything, stretched out a little bit. And we're probably going to stay with this program, and hopefully he gets through these 3 innings. He just got a little roughed up there at the end, but he made some really good pitches the first couple of innings. The slider was, jumping and diving, and his fastball at times, 92, 93. So there's stuff happening good, but, it was a little rough at the last inning for him.
Just to be clear, you're going to stick with him as the opener probably the whole year. Is that the plan?
So I'm not, he's going to be in there every 5th day for right now, and then we'll see if something has to change. Hopefully we'll just see how he gets through it. The guy hadn't pitched in 2 years, so
right. So 3
start by start, and if he has a little bump where he might need a break, we'll put somebody else in there and give him a little back off minute and then go again. But that's all just way down the road. Right now he's in the rotation. Going to do this with him. We talked about it, and let him just keep building.
Okay. And are you okay with arms for tomorrow? Another bullpen game, sort of?
Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow on Zoom.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris. Our next question comes from Jeff Seidel of the Detroit Free Press.
Yeah, I was just curious if you've ever had a game like this where you had this many young pitchers make their debut.
No, I can honestly say I look back to it through my whole career. No, we didn't. But that's kind of where we are with this coming off, this COVID stuff and selecting a roster of, all these guys. You get whatever. And we got 16 pitchers already. And tonight we probably could have used a few more. But no, I've never seen it. But it was, if there's any fun at all tonight, it was watching those young men go out and compete. And, getting their first action in a Major League Baseball game. That's always the fun part. Not watching those, get knocked around like that, but it's a learning process. I mean, they saw something tonight. If you just think you can throw fastballs by people in the middle of the plate, you're not going to do it up here. You can get away with it some other places, even if you're throwing 95, but these guys can hit right over there on the other side. They've got a bunch of really good hitters, and they made them pay when they missed. So learning experience.
I know he's only been here a few days, but what were your impressions of Carson Fulmer?
Well, that was fun to watch. We've known he's had a great arm and everything, and now he's just going to start working through his mechanics and trying to get rid of all these different pitches and pound the strike zone with it, because he's got great movement and still got some velo. I think once he just continues this process with Andy, I think his velo will get back up there, mid-90s like it was. This is the first opportunity we've had to see him from our side, so it was fun to watch. He's got a quick arm, and he's got some movement, and he's got some pitches, and we all know that. That's why it was a big draft pick. So now we just got to get him into our rhythm, and he's got to get him into a few different things that we're talking about and see how it goes.
And just last one for me. When you go out to the mound and it's a young pitcher like this, or all these guys, is it like deer in the headlights thing, or is it just too much adrenaline, or what?
No, I mean, like I said, it's a learning experience. And, as you tell them afterwards, hey, how'd that feel out there? And it's even with no fans, it's still a big stage. You're facing major league hitters. And I think later on, maybe tonight, maybe get up tomorrow morning and realize I just pitched in my first major league game. I think that'll probably be a pretty good feeling, whether you did great or whatever. I think it's still, I got my feet wet in the major leagues, and that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of roughness out there, but that's okay. They can go up from here.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff. Our next question comes from Trevor Thompson from Fox Sports Detroit.
Hi, Trevor.
Good evening, Ron. You mentioned before the game about Jacoby Jones had a tender back and might not go, but he was good enough to go tonight, a couple of big hits for you. What did you like about his approaches at the plate, and what kind of adjustments is he making early in the season?
Well, he's doing well, and he's put some big swings out there already. And, he came walking in my office, after he talked to the trainer and said, whatever, felt a little ouchy. He's been dealing with his back for, 3 or 4 days. But he came walking in like John Wayne into my office and told me, I'm good. I can do this. I'm fine to play. I want to be in the lineup. So, as the great managers do, I changed my lineup and put him in. All right, fine. So there you have it.
And how does your outfield change when you've got Reyes, Jones, and then Maben out there, 3 guys that can cover a lot of ground? How does that change for you defensively?
Well, it's a big outfield. I mean, this is the biggest. And you got to have people that can move around and run these things down. And with all those guys and the way they can, read a ball and get to it, it's fun to watch. You have to have it here. You better have some defense out there that can cover ground. This is a big one.
Thanks, Ron.